What up, guys? This is Ricky from Team Project Attraction, and today we're going to talk about how to take things not so seriously.
To take me there, oh baby, you got more love to give, baby, oh baby, you got more love to give, baby.
So I want to share some points. When you go out, you're going to encounter a lot of experiences with people, and one of the biggest fears that guys have is getting shut down, like getting their egos bruised and whatnot. So I'm going to share some pointers to help you with that while you're improving your social skills, going out and becoming a fucking boss. So point number one, you got to take into consideration is that whenever you get offended by what someone says, that means that there is work to be done. That is an inner game issue. It's not about what the person said. Because if I was like, dude, you're a duck. Dude, you're a fucking duck. Would you get offended right now? Probably not, because you're like, okay, that's a stupid insult. A duck? I don't look like a fucking duck. Fuck you. Like, you're an idiot, right? And the person who said it would just sound ridiculous. So if you're getting offended, that means it's hitting you on a certain level where you have some stuff to get over, fix, or attack head on that you're avoiding. So this can be tough, especially when you're stressful. I mean, a lot of like business owners and stuff, you go out, you're stressed, and then if people, dude, take a look at this like parade right now. Get that on that camera. It's sick. Duck. So about a couple weeks ago, one of my buddies just said something casually to me and actually hit me pretty hard. I was like, what the fuck? And what he said wasn't even that bad, but the fact that it hit me that hard and I kind of got angry and took it personal, I realized I had to go and work on it. So the best way to do that, just do an audio journal, bring up the subject, be like, look, this is what was said, and really have this conversation with yourself. When you develop this type of communication with yourself or relationship with yourself, you really grow as a person. So it's like, all right, this was said to me, and I got pissed off. And then just ask yourself, like, why did that piss me off? Or be like, well, maybe because I've been working so hard on this, I don't like when people perceive me as this. And you gotta learn to let it go. You gotta learn to laugh at it. You gotta learn when people make fun of you and they're like, like, that's funny, you gotta be the first one to make fun of it yourself. One of the best ways I've done it that's gotten me out of a lot of embarrassing situations is be the first one to call yourself out on it. Because that way you're being the life of the party rather than protecting your little ego. So learn to let it go, learn to not take things so seriously, and learn to joke, and you'll find that you'll have a better time. Guys that take themselves too seriously and get bent out of shape because, you know, their ego gets hurt or whatnot, you're gonna have a rough time. Because girls, when you go up and talk to them, a lot of guys go up to girls to try to validate their egos. So let's say maybe you're a successful business owner or you have stuff that you're successful about, and you go up to the girl and you're like, yeah girl, I do this, this, and this, what up, I'm the shit. The girl's not gonna immediately go into your frame and be like, oh my gosh, you're the boss, let me suck your cock. No, she's gonna be like, oh really? And she's gonna test you and see if you're emotionally tough. And if you can't joke about yourself, if she starts making jokes and you start getting offended, she's gonna realize, oh, you're a little bitch. And then she's not gonna wanna fuck you because bitches don't fuck other bitches unless they're bisexual, and they'll find ones hotter than you. So what are some practical things you can do maybe you're out and someone says something that is offensive? Point number one is just let it float in the air. Who is it? The dating coach Manhor, he said, like, when people say dumb shit and then you don't respond to it, it's kind of like someone farted in the air. Like, if you don't respond to it, if you don't react, it just makes it awkward. And then who made it awkward? They made it awkward. So if you just like deadpan stare at them and just be like, yeah, you know, and just like let it float, it just makes them look like a fucking asshole and you still save face. So let's say someone did say something that was offensive to you in the moment. Instead of freaking out, just realize you gotta let it go and just keep composure and let it go. You'll deal with it later. It's not about them, it's cool. The best way to do it though is when someone is making fun of you with it, is to take it to the extreme and reframe it. So if someone is like, oh, you're too short or something like that, be like, yeah, all my bitches call me a fucking hobbit, what's up? I'm the Hobbit King, yo. You know, and once you do it and you take it to another level, they can't really use that against you because you've made it funny and you've made it your own. That way it's something cool and something to be likable. The last point is, let's say now you're dating some girl or it's like a friend or something like that and they say something that's a little bit more offensive and they cross your boundaries. well, then at that point, it is cool to be like, hey, look, that's not cool. Da, 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 da. You know, and establish your boundary. Maybe it's something personal, something you're passionate about in your life, and they start attacking you about it. You know, the first time it's like good to let it go, but if they keep bringing it up and keep doing it, it's just like, dude, not cool. You know, one of my buddies, that's what he would do, is if you said something offensive that was really tied into his belief system, he wouldn't make a big deal about it. He would just deadpan look at you and be like, dude, not cool. And you got it. You're like, oh, okay, my bad, and you backed off. So the difference is, though, is when you're first meeting strangers, people are going to test you. They're going to test their boundaries and try to like see if you are emotionally tough and if you can learn to take a joke. So the best way to do it, just to recap, is either A, let it go and make fun of it even more, or let's say it's something a little bit deeper, more personable. Just look them in the eye and be like, no, let's not joke about that, you know, and then just move the subject along. All right. The better you get at this, and the better you get at letting go and not getting your emotions tied into it, the more the interactions are going to flow, and you're going to have a funner time. So I hope that helps. Leave your questions, comments down below, and I will see you next time.